Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Daddy. So in this video, I went out to find out what the top 10 bizarre, weird, strange collections are. We all know as a pop culture that there are collections out there. So this video here isn't specific to pop culture, it's more, I just wanted to find out what the top 10 wonderfully weird collections there are. And we're starting out with air sickness bags. Collectors of aviation memorabilia are an enthusiastic bunch, but you'd be hard-pressed to find a group of aficionados quite as impassioned as the beggars. Those who search near and far for the plastic-lined paper receptacles used in comedy sketches for decades. Like any coterie of collectors, the beggars community boasts its own luminaires. Dutchman Nick Vermilion's 6,290 sick bags collected from 200 countries as of February 2012 are recognised by Guinness World Records. Massachusetts-based Steve Silderberg is the curator of the Air Sickness Bag Virtual Museum, and San Diego's globe-trotting Bob Grove answers to the name Bath Bag Bob. Do you ever have that issue where you've got a pencil and you just need to damn well sharpen it, but for the life of you, you cannot find your pencil sharpener? Well, this collector does not have that problem. Visitors to southeastern Ohio's Hocking Hills, a misty stretch of Appalachia renowned for its caves and craggy natural splendors, may not realize that the area also boasts things you can do inside also. You know, things like view America's largest collection of pencil sharpeners. The Paul A. Johnson Pencil Sharpener Museum, which lives in a shed at the Hocking Hills Regional Welcome Centre, is arguably the most popular indoor attraction in an outdoor-heavy region. The folks at the Columbus Washboard Factory and Museum, well, they may beg to differ. A testament to one man's obsession with the manually operated devices. The museum features more than 3,400 specimens of all shapes, sizes, colours and materials. It moved to its current location in 2011 after the death of the namesake collector, the Reverend Paul A. Johnson. The collection is organised by theme, i.e. Disney characters, Christmas, cats. It includes a sharpener that dates to 1906. Not too shabby for a collection that wasn't started until the late 1980s as a retirement hobby. Now, we all know how wonderful these little gnomes are, you know, and they add a bit of colour and all that kind of stuff to your garden. They make it nice and sweet. So, of course, there's going to be someone out there that has a massive collection. In the United Kingdom, garden gnomes are misunderstood and often maligned, subject to ridicule, rejection, and even assassination attempts. And then there's Anne Aitken, an artist, an outspoken gnome advocate who has made it her life's work since 1979 to provide a refuge to these wee creatures who really mean no harm. They just want to fish, smoke their pipes, and nap under any available tree. At Atkins' 4-acre gnome reserve and wildlife garden in Devon, visitors are encouraged to mingle with the more than 2,000 resident garden gnomes and pixies in their enchanting, and to some unsettling, natural habitat. For self-conscious types who want to blend in with the local populace, human-sized gnome caps and fishing rods are available to borrow. Atkins' garden gnome collection, which includes valuable specimens housed within a museum at the reserve, is the world's largest. So we know sometimes when people are drunk, they might grab a traffic cone, take it home, or they might do a drive-by and just throw one in their car. But did you know someone has a big collection of these? Where most people see an orange object in the middle of the road, David Morgan, the world's preeminent collector of traffic cones, sees a thing of extraordinary beauty. According to the official Guinness World Records entry from 2000, Morgan owns 137 different types of traffic cones from around the world. A 2007 Oxford Mail profile of Morgan, who hails from the small English town of Burford, Oxfordshire, estimates the total number to be in the ballpark of 500. The most cherished and oldest cone in his collection is a 1956 Linvale rubber model from Scotland. Now, once you learn what Morgan does for a living, he's the sales director for Oxford Plastic Systems, the world's largest pylon producer. His cone fancier status doesn't seem so unusual. Plus, his teenage daughter Connie Poppy is totally cool with the whole thing, which is super important when your dad has several hundred traffic cones stacked in the garage and spread out in the backyard. Now, you might remember playing with yo-yos when you were younger, you know, wee, wee, and all the tricks and stuff that they used to be able to do, but there is also a big collection of those. In the grand scheme of things, collecting yo-yos isn't all that odd when you consider that there's someone who owns thousands of umbrella sleeves. However, what is a bit surprising about the world's largest yo-yo collection is the collector himself. Dr. John '"Lucky" Meisenheimer, a dermatologist and Moss surgeon in Orlando, Florida, is a living, breathing compendium of odd facts, impressive achievements, and everything yo-yo related. Although Meisenheimer's collection of 4,251 string-based toys is mighty impressive, his feats not related to the yo-yo also caught the attention. For starters, in 1979, Meisenheimer swam a half-mile with 1 foot in his mouth. He's also a world record holder, swimmer, underwater hockey enthusiast, and an esteemed coach, having served with the Orange County Special Olympics swim team. Now, of course, you might go to the cafe, order a coffee, add in some sugar, and then you might add a couple of those sachets to your pocket, you know, just for later on, just in case. But I doubt you have as many as this person here. Sucrology seems to be the most popular in the United Kingdom, where offbeat preoccupations and pursuits flourish, and where a national pastime, tea drinking, often involves a small packet of sweetener on the side. The world's largest sugar packet collection, however, doesn't belong to a Brit, but a German. As of May 14th, 2013, Ralph Schroeder of Lower Saxony claimed a whopping 14,502 different sugar packets, with the oldest dating to the 1950s. The previous record holder also wasn't English, but a Chicago resident named Christine Dennis, whose collection, 13 years in the making, hovered close to 9,500 in the summer of 2012. That also included artificial sweeteners. Funnily enough, I had a really good friend of mine that I pretty much called Mum that was a collector of owls. So it's no surprise to me that people do collect owls. Owls are such a beautiful bird, but I wonder what the most is in someone's owl collection. So of course, foxes, bears, hedgehogs and deer have enjoyed their time to shine as the decorative animal accent du jour. None, however, possess quite the staying power of that big-eyed, nursery-friendly bird of prey. Though we all might know someone or someone's mum whose home decorating preferences are owlish in nature. None holds a candle to Pam Barker of Leeds, Maine. So the thing is, Barker amassed her 18,000-piece collection of owl memorabilia, textiles, figurines, art, dishware, and assorted ephemera, not because of a lifelong fondness for the nocturnal bird, but as an investment. The collection once belonged to another Mainer named Diane, or Our Lady, Turner. Now, when Turner passed away in 2003, Barker acquired the collection from a family friend who had been tasked with cleaning out the Our Lady's roost. In 2006, Barker had the impressive Parliament certified by Guinness World Records as being the largest collection of owl-related items in the world. Now, this one slightly, if not mostly, disturbs me. You know the lint that you get in the belly button? I mean, if you get that, wouldn't you throw that away? Clearly not for this person. Australian librarian Graham Barker collects things both peculiar, bakery bags and beard clippings, and more prosaic, maps and rocks. But the one item that's earned the self-described inquisitive collector, photographer, writer and God-fearing weather geek, a citation from Guinness World Records, is something that he produces himself. Belly button lint. As of 2012, Barker had collected and preserved about 22 grams of his own navel fluff. Back scratchers. Now, of course, you know, when you've got an itchy back, a back scratcher is fantastic. But how many of those do you need? Well, personally, I reckon just one. This person obviously thought they needed more than one. It only makes sense that a doctor who treats itchy, irritated skin happens to have a spot in the Guinness World Records for the largest collection of back scratches. You know, those handy-dandy tools that help us reach difficult-to-access body parts. A long-time connoisseur of back scratches, Dr. Manfred S. Rothstein, the second dermatologist in this video, displays his formidable collection at his Fayetteville, North Carolina practice. As of September 2008, he had 675 implements, standard plastic models, as well as tools crafted from jade, leather, corn cobs, blown glass, bamboo, brass, and buffalo robes, hailing from 71 countries. Can you imagine collecting little tiny chairs? You know, the ones I'm assuming for dolls' houses and all that kind of stuff, what you could do with them, how you can paint them, and you can make them into different shapes and stuff. Someone took that upon themselves to do it. Barbara Hartsfield is the woman behind the world's largest collection of tiny seats. Hartsfield is somewhat of a newbie to the world of miniature furniture collecting. She didn't start acquiring small chairs until the 1990s. While employed as a psychiatric nurse at Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta. In the midst of writing an article about pregnant psychiatrist patients for a medical journal, Hartsfield picked up a few doll-sized rocking chairs to have on hand while she interviewed patients, believing that the tiny rockers would bring a soothing image to the proceedings. And so it began. In 2008, her 3,000-piece collection of seats, both miniature and doll-sized, Christmas ornaments and salt and pepper shakers, was officially recognised as the world's largest by Guinness World Records. And there we have it, the top 10 wonderfully weird collections according to Tree Hugger. Now I'll put that link in the description below if you want to check out some more of the links and read a little bit more on it. But yes, I've been Pop Daddy. If you like it, subscribe it, and of course I will see you guys tomorrow.